Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. Today we're going to be playing with some beautiful images and creating a layered look. So to start with, I am using the very pretty Build a Garden Daffodil Delight. I'm going to be using the stamp set as well as the beautiful stencil set too. So to start with, I'm going to take one of the images from the stamp set and I'm going to be stamping this onto some white cardstock. For this one, I did want to create a kind of lighter look, so I am going to be using a grey instead of a black for the outlines. So for this one, I am using Industrial Diamond. As we're going to be creating a kind of 3D decoupage look, I am going to stamp this 4 times onto this piece of cardstock here. So I'm just going to stamp this down into place into the corner. I'm then going to kind of turn this piece of paper around and I am going to stamp again. Once that has been done, I then cut these pieces of paper apart so I could then stamp the other little pieces that we have left. So as you can see, I'm just going to kind of trim them and then stamp these again, all using that Industrial Diamond ink. So once I have my 4 beautiful little images here, I'm then going to go ahead and stamp this onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of white cardstock, and this is going to be my card front. As you can see, I'm trying to get that into place, and I will be using the same ink, so that's the Industrial Diamond, and then stamp that into place. I'm then going to go ahead and colour all of the images exactly the same, so the one on the card base and then the other 4 separately too. So to start with, I am going to be using the first stencil. I'm just going to pop that into place onto the image. And for the trumpets of the daffodils here, I will be using the very pretty Lemon Ice. And then for the petals on this stencil here, I will be using the orange sherbet, Once that's done, I'm going to shift that over and I'm going to add in the little leaf pieces and also the centers of those flowers, and I'm just using the Marshland ink for that one. So once that has been done, I'm then going to add in the other little stem too, again with the Marshland, and I will do the same for all of the other images that I have. So I'll be using exactly the same colors in exactly the same way. And I will be doing that for all images with all of the stencils as well. So once I have finished with the first stencil, I'm then going to move on to the second one. I'm just going to pop that into place. Again, I'm using the orange Sorbet for the petals of all of the little flowers. And I will be using the Butternut for the little trumpet pieces on that one too. I'm going to move that over, add in the little leaves. And for this one, I am using the Sea Forest ink. So for the third stencil, I'm going to pop that into place. So for the little trumpet pieces on this one, I will be using the Lemon Ice. Once I then kind of move that around, I will go into the Butternut to add in that really beautiful shading on all of the images. And I've done that for all of the images as well as the one that we're going to have on our card base. So once I'm happy with all of those, I am then going to go ahead and add some little shading to one of the flowers. So this is the one that's in the front of the images, and this is the one that's going to be the highest of all of the images that we have. Once I've added a little shading with the Coral Bliss pencil, I'm then going to fussy cut around this images right up to the stamped design. So once that's done, I'm then going to go ahead and I'm going to cut one of the other ones. This time I'm going to go with the 2 flowers that are on the front again. So that one that we've just cut out before, and then the one to the left hand side of it. So I again cutting around all of the images right up to that black line of the image. This does take a little bit of time, but I do think that this is worth it when you are going for the look that we're going for today. So once that's been cut out, I'm then going to add a little shading to that one. I can then go ahead and then add the flower that's going to be on the front right on top of the one that we've just cut out. I am using some foam tape to get dimension onto there. Now for the third kind of image that we have, I am going to cut around all of the flowers. As you can see, I wasn't going really detailed with the 2 flowers that I already have, just the one that I didn't. So this one is going to be more kind of on show than the ones underneath it. We are going to cover those over with the images that we already have layered, so I wasn't worrying too much about getting those cut perfectly. So as before, I'm just going to add a little shade into the one that is going to be visible on the top. So that's the one that we have cut out perfectly. And then going to go ahead and then add these onto the card base. So we're going to add the one that has the most flowers on top of this image here. Again, I'm using foam tape to add dimension to all of these little images. Then once we have all of these into place, I can then go ahead and then add on the ones that we already have layered over to the side. So I'm just going to add a little bit more tape onto there and then add those into place. So we have like 3 layers of images at the minute, sorry. And you can see just how pretty that looks. Now I am, for this 4th image that we have here, just going to cut out the little trumpets of the flowers. So these are going to look as though they're further in front of everything. So we're going to get that really great 3-dimensional kind of look with this one. It's really, really fun and very, very classy too. So as before, I am going to fussy cut these out right up to the black kind of stamped lines that we have on the outline images. And they do look really, really cool. So once I have all of the little trumpets, I'm then going to go ahead and stick these into place. Now what I want to do is add a little bit of dimension to these. So I'm going to add some foam tape towards the end of the trumpet, so the kind of the open end. And then I'm going to add glue to the bottom piece and then add that flat onto the rest of the layered image that we have. So once I've added the kind of foam tape and the glue, I am going to hold that down right at the kind of base of that trumpet just to keep that in place so it doesn't lift while that glue is drying. Once that's done, you can see just how much dimension that we've got on this really beautiful image. I'm then going to use one of the sentiments from the Magnolia and Blossoms Craft Your Life project kit. So I'm just going to pop that into place where I think that's going to be. And I am using some obsidian ink to stamp this down. This is going to be a really great, bold kind of sentiment that's going to pop from the card. Once I'm happy with that, I then decided I wanted to add a little bit of splatter. So to kind of cover the sentiment that we have there, I'm just going to use the same stamp that I've used, make sure it's nice and clean. I can then add some splatter. And then if I get any splatter over that sentiment, it's just going to be caught by that stamp. And here is the card complete. I really do hope that you like the card and that you've enjoyed the video as well. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share because we'd love to see. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques, and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.